Okay, ladies, I am so excited that you are starting your Saint journey. I filmed a little tutorial for you just to demonstrate where to put the colors and how to apply them. When I started, I was very overwhelmed. I received an email with so much information that I was like, is this complicated? Crap. It is not complicated, but it is different. And I need you to give yourself some time to adjust to a new way of applying your makeup. I also saw lots of videos that said Seint Makeup was the 5-minute face. Is it? Yes. Is it for you right now? Mm-mm. So figure it out, and then you'll see how fast it comes together, and it will become your 5-minute face. And it is fantastic. It'll also become your, I need to put my makeup on in the car face. I need to throw my makeup in my bag and do it later face. I mean, it is just kind of changed my world in the way of applying makeup. So a few things I want to tell you before I start the demonstration is cream makeup isn't occlusive. So what that means is it holds the water in instead of other traditional makeups that the moisture in your skin kind of evaporates throughout the day. So that's why it's ideal for those of us who are not 20. So it's allowing us to keep all that moisture in our face, which is what we need. That also means that your skin needs time to adjust because it's not used to anything like that. So it can take up to 6 weeks for your skin to adjust. So just ride the wave. Trust me, I didn't think my skin would adjust. It did. So, but there are plenty of things that we can do to help you adjust. If you're feeling like when you apply, your skin feels tacky, you have applied too much. This stuff is so concentrated. That's why the tins are so small. A little will go a long way. It will last you a long, long time. I promise. I have notes. I will show you. I want you to tap into the product. I don't want you to swipe. If you swipe, you'll apply too much product. There are other forms of applying the product that if you watch Seint videos, you might see. I'm showing you what I find to be the easiest way, but you'll see some people apply things in like dots, or they call it the cheetah method. I will have a video on that soon. And I say try both. Try both and see what works for you. What works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. When I do my makeup, I do a combination of the two when I use the makeup. So what else? Please don't use primers that have silicone in it. Those silicone primers are those ones that are really filmy and they feel really good when you put them on, but it will cause your makeup to just kind of slide and not sit into the skin. Also, if you're applying skincare before your makeup, which you should be, allow that to kind of soak in for about 15 minutes. So I just typically do my skincare, do my hair, figure out what the hell I'm gonna wear for the day, and then do my makeup. And that's plenty of time for it to sit in. What else? I think that's it. And of course, if you have questions as you go, I am here for you. Welcome to my bathroom. The lighting in here is the best in the whole house this time of day. So we are filming straight from the bathroom. I want to first show you some compacts and your tins. So you get your tin, and I just want to show you how to do it. You slide it up, and then you're going to just pop it. It's magnetic, and this is magnetic. So you're just going to pop it in there. That's how you put it in. I also, this is an unused shade, want you to see there is a film on here. So I just want you to take your finger and rub it over there to get just lightly, just to get that film off. That is just how, when they store it in the warehouse, what they have to do to keep it looking fresh. So let's get started. Okay, put in my beautiful clips. And I'm going to show you my compact. So this is my face compact. It is the 8. This is what I got when I first purchased my Seint. So what I like to do is put my shades in the order that I'm going to be using them, because when I got started, it was just a way to help me remember what I was supposed to do. So if you were matched with a corrector shade, not everybody was, but if you were, you're going to use that first, your contour, your brightening, and then your main shade. So Mango is my color correcting shade. Then down here, I have my bronzer, my blush. This is a highlighter, this is rose gold, and then this is a finishing setting powder. So that's my face in 1, and that is the 8. So let's talk about, okay, I told most of you that I would prefer you to use the blush bronzing brush. This is dirty, obviously, but it's just mine, so it's okay. I just feel like this is a great beginner brush because of just the way the density is on this end. So we're going to be using the short end of this, and we will start with our corrector shades. So corrector shades are made to kind of match the darkest points of your face. So if you have a lot of warmth in your cheeks, or for me, I have a lot of redness here, you know, all of this. If you have dark circles, we'll be doing that today. If you have any hyperpigmentation, any sunspots, any acne or acne scarring, this is why you are matched to Mango. So when you apply this, it's not supposed to look good, and it's fine. Another thing I do want to make sure I mention is Mango, or your corrector shade, all of the shades, all of the highlight shades. So your corrector shade, Mango, might be someone else's main shade. Your brightening shade, whatever that might be someone else's main shade. They're all the same. That's why they're all in the same category. So there's not like a shade of correctors. So something to note is as the seasons change, if you get a tan or something, your correcting shade might become your main shade. That's another benefit to having a corrector shade. So the tins are little, I know. When I got my tin, I was like, I'm gonna go through this in 2 weeks. This is stupid. Cream is extremely concentrated. So you are going to tap into product and not swipe. If you swipe, you're going to apply too much product, and it might look good, but it's not going to feel good, and it's unnecessary. So let's not do that. So when I say tap in, this is what I mean. We're going to tap. Now, when you're using your corrector shade, this does not have to look good. It's not going to look good. It's okay. Okay, I have a lot to correct. So I'm trying to tone down the redness in my face because I just have a lot. I do not have rosacea. I just have red skin. Many dermatologists have told me that. I kind of wanted them to tell me I had rosacea, so so I could have a reason, and they don't. Whatever. Okay, see? That doesn't look good at all, does it? All right, now, oh crap. I'm gonna use this to correct my under eye. Now we're not adding a lot. I have these marks from wearing glasses all the time. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a beauty sponge. You can use your finger if you don't have one. This is the Seint Perfector. I love it, but you can just use your finger for this part, especially under your eye. Just press it in. Not doing anything technical here, we're just bouncing and pressing it in. If you're using your finger, just keep tapping, okay? If you have a perfector of any kind, just bounce all of this in. Excuse me. Okay, so. Okay, so now we're going to contour. I'm going to use the detail brush. I love this brush for contouring. You'll see why in a minute. If you did not get a detail brush, use your finger for this part, okay? So you can just tap in and then do exactly what I'm going to do with my detail brush. If you did get a detail brush, Boy, I wish I would have washed these. That's okay. You're going to tap in on the edge of the brush, okay? Not the whole thing, just the edge. So I'm tapping in, okay? The way you contour is you find your cheekbone. See, I can feel it right there. And you're gonna go under it. My theory is I want you to start from back to forward, and it's going to go angled up. It kind of lifts and thins out the face. It probably will stop or start right here where your ear meets your face, not up here at the top of the ear. If you have big ears, that could be a problem, like me. Where the ear meets the face, we're gonna draw in. We're not gonna go past the middle of our eyeball, okay? We're not going all the way in. We're not going way down. We're just gonna follow that cheekbone like this, okay? Here we go. And then we're gonna push it up. You can give yourself fish lips if you want. We're gonna push it up. Does that look scary? Yes. Will it remain scary? No, I promise it won't. And I'm telling you, when you watch people use Seint Makeup, it looks crazy scary at first. It really does. It's okay. It doesn't stay scary. So now we're gonna go along our forehead. If you have a very short forehead, don't do this. If you have a very large forehead, some people call it a 5 head, you can come down a little bit further to give the illusion. I like to come in like this, and then I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out now. And so if you used your finger to apply the contour, then go back and use this to blend, okay? What I don't want to see you do is contour in here. So contour kind of shortens things or pulls them back. This part of our head is already the shortest part of our head. We don't want to shrink it in anymore, okay? If that makes sense. Then we're going to come right up here, and we're gonna slide along that jaw. Now, what I see people do with this is go totally under that jaw, and that does nothing for you, friends, okay? Because if you're under that jaw, we're not seeing it. We don't want to see this, but if you're trying to slim anything, this is good. This is also good for just adding dimension, okay? It creates more of a line in your neck. Some people don't have a lot of definition in their neck. If you have like a chin you want to shorten, you can come up a little higher, whatever you want to do. And I like to do the nose at the end, so I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, now we're gonna go in with our brightening shade. So we brighten under the eye. Now, I don't like to do a big swoop here, okay? If you've ever watched my makeup videos before, you know when we have these little pockets, we go on the inside of them. If you have a bag under your eye or some fluid or some buildup, we don't want to put a brightener right on top of that. It just brings it more forward. What we want to do is this part that's sunken in, we want to bring that forward. So I do it like this. Okay, and get up in there. I also use a little brightener out here on my chin. And down the nose. Okay. Do you see that? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do my nose contour. I like to do this with my fingers. You can use the side of your detail brush if you purchase that. I just happen to have like a tricky nose because I have this knot right here. So I prefer to use my fingers. Also, I think it's nice to have a little towel. Just have it by you, and I just wipe off on it. Okay, we're looking real crazy, girls. This is where the magic happens. I'm going to take my main shade. My main shade right now is Sandy. I got a little color. I don't like to do that, but I did. And a lot of people, and I noticed a lot of people when you guys sent me your, what's happening here? Your color match photos. Your face is one shade, your neck is one shade, and your chest is another. We're trying to marry the two, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But I'm going to tap into my main shade. And I like to kind of do it like that, like a dab here and a dab here, just so I don't get all that concentrated product in one area. Now, I want you to watch how I'm doing this. I'm pressing and bouncing. Press and bounce, press and bounce, press and bounce. It's not that hard, okay? As you go, you just add more when you feel like you need more. Okay. I like to do and go over all my lightest shades first with my main shade. So now we're just pushing all of that in. I got something in my eye. I'm going to ignore it. Do you see how it's coming together, people? We're getting beautiful. Now up here, take that brightening shade and just blend it out. And you'll notice, oops, grabbed the wrong shade. I'm not really going into that contour, okay? But I'm going to bounce and make sure that those two are married. When we're here, we're pushing this up, right? Now with the nose, some people use their fingers to blend out. You can. Some people use their brush. I use my perfector. I'm trying to blend out that brightening shade. Now, if you have a very narrow nose, a very tiny nose, don't contour it, okay? Some people have that little itty bitty cute little nose. Don't contour that. Okay, so, because my chin is always red, I'm just gonna go back with Mango and hit it up. See how that worked? Beautiful. Okay. Now, this next part, some people do differently than others. So here's just your main base face. So if you only got these products, this is where you stop. Now, I love a bronzer. I highly recommend a bronzer. Some people will go blush then bronzer. I tend to do bronzer then blush. So I'm taking my fluffier side, tapping into my Bella bronzer, but I'm giving it a squeeze, okay? And bronzer, we start like this, okay? But marry it in the middle. Don't let it just float up there like weirdness. Okay, you see that? Now, and you can add as much bronzer or not as you want. Some people like to use the bronzer just as their blush shade, and that is fine. So I would say the bronzing shade, you can see, contour shade sitting here, bronzing shade is sitting kind of on top of that. So I absolutely could use this as blush and call it a day. Now, here's the part when we have all of this different layers of, oh God. We're gonna do this. Bronze your neck, you guys. Always bronze your neck. Because the neck is hidden by the face when you're in the sun. So the neck is always very light, okay? So bronze your face. Now, blush. Going to show you the blush. You can use, again, you can tap in with your brush, or you can just do this. Now, some of the blushes are more pigmented than others. This one is a highly pigmented one. Don't be afraid to apply blush. Ooh, it is cream, so it kind of melts into the skin throughout the day. So I always say, don't be afraid to go a little heavier when you start. And I should have mentioned that I prepped my face before I came on camera with a setting spray. Seint has a setting spray. I happen to already have this. This is the Urban Decay De-Slick. So I did prep my skin by setting with this first, just spraying it all over. Okay, and that is our face. If you feel like you have gone too low with your contour, like it got too thick on you or it's riding too low, you can take either your main shade or your brightening shade, and you can go like this and just clean it up. Okay? Some people like to do that because they just like a sharper contour, because it kind of snatches the face. See how gorgeous? Then if you got one of our highlighters, this is the rose gold. Just tap it on here. Tap it on here. I like it right here. I do not like it right there. A lot of people do that. Do your thing. And I like it right in here. It's so pretty right in there. Okay. So that is how you put all your products on. Now I am going to use Vanilla Dust, the setting powder. And I'm just gonna tap in where I tend to get a little shiny. Now, when you do under your eyes, what I want you to do first is see if there's any creases. If there's any creases, just tap them. And then we will press this in. Okay? And then I'm going to give myself another hit of setting spray. This is a great one. The Seint one, if you are oily at all, I like this one, or NYX makes a cheaper version of this. It's just NYX matte setting spray. If you're not oily, the Seint setting spray is really nice, or the Urban Decay just all-nighter regular is really good. Don't be afraid to be generous with your setting spray. It'll feel wet and weird at first, but it sets in and it's fine. There we go. And I'm gonna pop on, I forgot, I usually do this before. This is my same lip color. So, there we go. Let's put my hair down so it doesn't look so stupid. That's it. Easy peasy.